Hey, I'm Fan. I just watched Season 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and welcome to the FanRant.
Shoot first, think never.
So for all of you who have never seen Evil Dead, this series is actually a continuation of the first movie. It takes place 30 years after the events that made Ash into such a badass, but he's a little out of practice. During a night of drugs and alcohol, Ash accidentally reads from the Necronomicon, which is like a cookbook for hell, and unleashes evil into his world. So it's up to Ash, played by the one and only Bruce Campbell, to sort it all out, so he can go back to his normal life. But he's not alone. He's followed by Pablo, played by Ray Santiago, and Kelly, played by Dana De Lorenzo. This show kind of feels like Supernatural, where it's about fighting off deadites and demons, but it's taken more lightly, because this show is hilarious. It's got a lot of comedy in it. But that comedy is also coupled with some extreme practical effects. The gore is just out of this world. So like in the first movie, it pretty much acts like a scary movie, but it actually has a lot of funny moments to it. It doesn't take its job very seriously. This carried on into Evil Dead 2 and in Army of Darkness. Ash gets beat up a lot, there's a lot of slapstick, there's some really good jokes, and it's also coupled with the gore sometimes. So at one point, you'll see someone get their head blown off, and then someone will just drop a really funny catchphrase. That's what Evil Dead is all about. It's finding humor in the scariest situations. And the series portrays it really well. They really brought back the heart and soul of Evil Dead and just made it longer. I gotta put the comedy aside for a second because I want to talk about the story. The story is pretty simple, you know, he reads the book and then he goes from there, but then it kind of starts evolving into something more, like there's some secrets there and you gotta kind of figure it out. So I got pretty invested and I actually binge watched this entire series in like one night. It was that good. Obviously I fell in love with it immediately. I've got an Army of Darkness poster in my room right now, and for someone who never really watched the Evil Dead movies, they're probably gonna start looking at this like this is kind of cheesy and jokey. But that's what makes Evil Dead so good. The corniness of it is what I fell in love with initially. The practical effects are always superb, and this is just what it is. That's what Evil Dead is. Quirky, gory, scary, fun. So if you have watched the Evil Dead movies, I'm pretty sure you're gonna fall in love with this. But if you've never seen an Evil Dead movie, you're probably gonna have a little bit of catching up to do. You're gonna probably start watching the episodes, and you're probably gonna start critiquing it like crazy, but you just gotta forget all that and just kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. This series to me is perfect for Halloween. It's got just the right amount of gore, a good story to keep you invested, some really funny scenes, and Bruce Campbell, like come on. I give Ash vs. Evil Dead 9 out of 10, but seeing as I am a really big Evil Dead fan, for those who haven't seen it, I'd probably knock it down to an 8. But do yourself a favor and watch those movies. So if you're an Evil Dead fan, check it out. If you're not, check it out, because Season 2 is actually happening right now on Starz, so you got some catching up to do. This series falls right into the Evil Dead collection, and it's starring Bruce Campbell, so hail to the king, baby.
Okay, kids, the birthday party is over.